In a world where bright mascots hide dark secrets, one indie game would ignite conversation across the internet. Loved by many, hated by more. But few truly know how it all began. This is the story behind Garten of Banban, how it was created, why it exists, and the surprising minds responsible for it. The Euphoric Brothers, an indie developer duo. Not a corporation, not a massive team, just two brothers, Ferris and German, with a laptop, a game engine, and an idea. Before Banban, they made small, quirky games, but they had a goal: create something that would go viral, something unforgettable. By 2022, a trend had taken over: indie horror. Bright, friendly mascots and unsettling industrial spaces, a contrast of childhood innocence and fear. The Euphoric Brothers saw the pattern. They weren't trying to make the scariest game, they were trying to make the most shareable one. Mascots like Jumbo Josh, Appeal Bird, and Banban himself were designed to be instantly recognizable, memeable, marketable. Garten of Banban was created using Unreal Engine, with minimal programming, simple puzzle mechanics, and corridor-style exploration. The game didn't aim to impress with complexity. Its strength was not in what it played like, but how it looked. The developers focused on iconography, identity. They weren't building a playground, they were building a brand. But people didn't really like it. The reception was instant and divided. Some praised the game's atmosphere and ambition. Others dismissed it as rushed, low effort, or a cash grab. But the noise worked. Every complaint was still a share. Every YouTube critique, another round of exposure. But remember this: Garten of Banban was not born from a desire to revenate horror. It was born from strategy, to ride the wave of mascot horror and carve it out its place in a crowded genre. But underneath the surface was something more. A desire to create a shared mystery. A game that wasn't about skill, but about story, symbolism, and an interpretation. With each new chapter, the world of Banban expanded. The design became more surreal, the characters more unhinged, and the fan base more divided. Yet it remains one of the most talked about horror games in recent years, not because of perfection, but because of presence, visibility, identity. Whether you call it genius or garbage, Garten of Banban achieved what many indie games couldn't. It made people look. It made people care. And in a world flooded with horror games, that alone is a kind of success. This was the story behind Garten of Banban, a game that proved you don't need a studio, just an idea, and the courage to put it out there.